Welcome to the blackawakening.com. I'm your host, spiritual practitioner 322 Peppy Black Sun. Today we're going to discuss what's affecting the unity in the indigenous community, which is domestic violence. Here at the blackawakening.com, we oppose any form of violence against our indigenous people, especially our children and women. Got a couple of videos that we're going to examine and see what we can do to stop or prevent this type of violence against our women.
This is the spot that 1 week ago, 3 black women were killed, 2 others injured in that horrific domestic violence incident. The alleged gunman, a 19-year-old man who was the boyfriend of one of the women shot. It's an epidemic that the local domestic violence agency here in Virginia Beach says is only getting worse. After the mass shooting in Norfolk, one that killed 3 women and injured 2 more, the hotline at the Samaritan House Domestic Violence Center surged in calls. Women so concerned looking at their own situation that they needed help.
Women in color are killed at a disproportionate rate than any other race.
The statistics are hard to swallow. Listen to this. According to the CDC, African American women are 3 times more likely than white women to experience death as a result of domestic violence. 22% of domestic violence events ending in homicide are of African American women. The CDC also says domestic violence is one of the leading causes of death for black women ages 15 to 35.
The economic disparities, the ongoing discrimination, they're less likely to have the better jobs and economically don't do as well. Maybe they're dependent on their abuser more so than other races.
Other reasons for the epidemic, according to experts with the Samaritan House, include fear of isolation, not knowing how to navigate the legal system, fear of arrest, and even skepticism of intervention and shelter services. But some of the reasons go back deeper.
Because of the marginalization of black and African American women here in the United States, due to historical discrimination, due to economic hardship, as well as social injustice, reaching out for support and assistance to law enforcement has historically been something that has been very difficult.
Another alarming trend, says the Samaritan House, bystanders being killed in domestic violence incidents. First, in the case of Samaritan House employee Alicia Herford, she was killed trying to help her daughter, Morgan Bazemore, in March. Both were shot and allegedly killed by Bazemore's boyfriend. And then, of course, the 3 innocent women killed in the mass shooting at Young Terrace.
I just have never seen this bystander, these helpers getting hurt and killed and shot. That's a shift that I have seen personally, and I've been here for 20 years.
So what can be done to assist in the trepidation these women of color may have?
Folks that are allied to the community of black and African American people, we really need your support. It's important that you stand up.
And you can even call the Samaritan House and answer a series of 10 questions right now in what is known as a danger assessment, where they will determine if you're in a dangerous situation and you need help. Also, if you or someone you know is in this type of situation and need help, we have resources right now on our website, WTKR.com. We're live in Norfolk. Chelsea Donovan, News 3.
Shit like that. Bitch, I'll shoot you in your face. Play with me. Play with me. Sit on this in front of motherfuckers you ain't never trying to get some views. Bitch, you a fucking lie. My kids love their fucking dad.
They do love
My
you.
kids love their fucking dad. My kids love their fucking dad.
I teach the kids to love.
So why you can't drop them off and go? I live by myself.
This right here.
So what? I don't yell at my kids? Bitch, I'm yelling at you because I haven't seen my fucking kids in a year.
You don't live
You
by
won't even
yourself.
tell me where they at.
You don't even
I don't
live
even
by
know what
yourself.
address my kids is at right now.
I
don't even know what address.
Good. But anyway.
No, bitch, because you're a liar. And you acting like you running from a domestic violence situation and you never was in it.
You literally shot my house. Everybody seen it.
Yes, bitch. I shot your house because you were sabotaging my bread and you were lying on my name.
Okay.
You were sabotaging my brand and you were lying on my name. And you bust Martina tires out and you got her page deleted, and you was over here destroying shit, and you was popping up randomly at my house trying to fight while leaving my kids with strangers and not telling me who the fuck you was leaving my kids with, and you kept trying to get me arrested, and you kept trying to get me arrested, and you kept trying to get me arrested.
I don't know who popped Martini tires for one. I did not just.
You did it, bitch.
I did not.
You did it.
You don't know.
And I should have let her beat your ass.
You should have. I would have.
I should have.
If that was the case.
I am gonna let her beat your ass.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, but what the fuck do that got to do with you? Why were you not dropping my kids off the whole time you was out here? Why was you going to school with Steve or whoever the fuck and acting like I wasn't watching my kids? Why was you out here why was you out here running around with random niggas trying to paint this picture like I don't take care of my kids or I don't watch my kids? Why you throwing dirt on my name to go be a hoe? If you want to just go be a hoe, bitch, you should have been a hoe. Why the fuck you out here throwing dirt on my name to give you an excuse to go do what you do anyway? Why? You could have been dropping my kids off. The whole time that you wasn't dropping my kids off out here, bitch, I'm still by myself. What are you talking about?
You know you've been live these past couple months, right?
Yeah, bitch. And nobody has ever lived here. Nobody has ever lived here. Nobody has ever lived here.
Y'all know he crazy now. See, listen.
Okay.
The other stuff could have been believable, but now y'all see.
No, bitch. Everything
Nobody
is
ever
believable.
lived there.
You a lying ass bitch.
Lived in your house.
You a lying ass bitch. You a lying ass bitch.
10 people has lived in
your house. You a lying ass bitch.
You a lying ass bitch.
You a lying ass bitch. You a lying ass bitch. You a lying ass bitch. And you've been on the internet playing games. And you've been fucking me the whole time while you've been on the internet talking down on my name.
I wanted to entertain the people for a little bit, but I definitely have to go.
You a liar and you sell pussy. And you talking about you about to walk in this courtroom and tell this judge that I can't be around my kids because somebody that I'm dealing with used to prostitute. Bitch, you currently sell pussy right now today. Okay. So how the fuck is you throwing stones? Bitch, you throwing stones, you live in a glass house. So if you sell pussy, and she sell pussy, what the fuck do that got to do with me being at home by myself with my kids, watching my kids?
Your girlfriend sells vagina and you be eating her vagina
bitch,
on
you
camera?
Sell pussy. Tania, you sell pussy.
That's nasty.
Tania Davis, you sell pussy. Stop lying.
You're crazy.
You sell pussy. You sell pussy.
Marshall, if you want to
Tania, you never sold me that pussy?
Farrell.
Say you never sold me that pussy. Sold me that pussy 5 times.
Okay, so one time, wait.
Lie about it.
Okay,
lie about it. Sit here and lie about it. Sit here and lie.
You were so full of it.
Sit here and lie, bitch. You sell pussy.
You
sell pussy. And if all you cared about was the bread the whole time, you could have just said that and not wasted my time. Because everything I've been doing has been for my kids.
That's true.
Yeah, you could have just said that. That is true. So you could have never wasted my time. But you lied. Okay. You lied on my name. You lied on my name, though. You sabotaged my brain, and you lie, and you know you lied. And you still sitting here playing around like this shit is a game.
I'm going to touch upon a few things from the video. For example, communication. Whether you're in a relationship, marriage, communication is key. And how to effectively communicate is a skill. Understanding the principles of communications, such as using negative vernacular, abusive, oppressive, vulgarities, profanities, and negativity, that type of vernacular will be received in negativity. So if you're speaking in positive affirmations, constructive words, even though you have grievances, it shall be received in positivity. Okay? And understanding that one of the principles in communication is respect. See, the universal creator created you with 1 mouth and 2 ears, meaning you should do more listening before speaking. Okay? So be very mindful of your thoughts so you can be accountable for your words and be responsible for your actions. And we're going to speak about relationships, okay, or partnerships. Let me use an analogy of a ship, okay, which is a vessel, okay. In the etymology of that word, relationship, the prefix relations meaning relating. A ship is a vessel, two people embark upon. Which direction? Depends on where they want to go. I would equate that as like the jet ski. Very fast, but in choppy water, people can fall off. Now in a partnership, both parties embark upon the ship and retain their sovereignty as individuals. I equate that partnership as like being an aircraft carrier. It could take on the high sea swells, but still retain its buoyancy. So, in understanding the basis of a relationship, partnership, marriage, should be based on the metaphysical, okay? On the heart century. And Hindus call it the heart chakra. Understanding this is a metaphysical frequency that two souls share metaphysically, okay? Understanding that we are spiritual beings having a human experience. So that means that the metaphysical facilitates and dictates the physical. So you base all your relationships on the metaphysical. For an example, I'm not going to victimize the victim, but let's just say if a woman in her mind, she's dressing sexy and she's revealing all her assets. So in the mindset of persons who never saw her before in her life, know nothing about her, the only thing they can relate is sex of what they see. Okay? If you being sexy and you being in a sexual attire, the man is going to have or come to you in a sexual manner. Everything below the waistline. Now, we never heard of a man that you don't know while you're dressing sexy is coming into come up to you, I love your personality, or I like your personality, or your intelligence. Understanding that your relationships or marriage should be predicated upon the metaphysical, the heart century. Okay, this is the seat of God consciousness, okay, which you take from this life into the afterlife, where two souls share in the afterlife that they call soulmates. So understanding this should be the base for all relationships, because the physical is temporary, the spiritual is eternal. Understand? Now, you can't control what people say or do, but you have absolute control over whether or not those people be in your circle, or do you invite into your circle, your family. In understanding, you should be more selective with a mate. A lot of women investigate a lot of time in what they look like, but don't invest no time into the person that they're going to choose as a mate. You'll find out that a lot of these guys have a whole history of domestic abuse and on sex registry list as well. So we have to be more diligent and use discernment in the people we invite in our life. Indigenous black man, there's absolutely no excuse to be abusive to your indigenous woman or any woman, okay? Whether physically or verbally, it's still abuse. So with that being said, we all have to do better and protect our women, protect our communities, and understanding the indigenous family does not need to be perfect, just unified. I want you to please like and share this video so I can reach the right person at the right time. And I'm going to leave you in the manner in which I came, with a universal prayer. In the name of the universal creator of heaven and earth and everything in between, please bless my listeners, their families, their friends, and your true believers for when the day of reckoning takes place. For universal creator, you're all wise and all knowing, and unto you we all shall return. But until then, we give you the praise and glory that's due to you from this life into the hereafter. In the name of universal creator of heaven and earth and everything in between, in your name we pray that this shall be done. So again, have on positivity and protect your family, your friends, For these are our mothers, sisters, aunts, nieces, friends, and others in the community. And we have to protect these women. So, again, like and share. Reach one, teach one. Peace, and take care.